Today at Notre Dame, the unbeaten and fifth-ranked Irish host the Cougars of BYU. Just a week after a goal line stand for the ages produced a dramatic overtime victory over Stanford, waking up the echoes at Notre Dame Stadium. Fourth down inside the 1-yard line. Can Notre Dame defense do it one more time?
They are as close as you can be to being in the end zone.
Fourth and goal. Taylor. He's stopped. Notre Dame wins.
The Irish win the game with their great defense.
The ruling on the field, in fact, stands as called.
Notre Dame's greatest win in a long time.
You're now 6-0. Let's enjoy this every single step of the way.
Anytime you have a top 5 team on your schedule, it's a big game, and we feel like we're battle tested and we're definitely hungry.
He's got a pass into the end zone. Does he get there? Yeah!
We're optimistic and excited, and we don't have any pressure on us. I mean, all the pressure's on them.
Will the Irish withstand the pressure and remain undefeated? It's BYU and Notre Dame. Notre Dame Stadium sold out for the 229th consecutive game. Here to see the fifth-ranked Irish try to extend their unbeaten streak. They come in 6-0 against the Cougars of BYU. And Coach Brian Kelly and his players, and here come the Irish. Manti Te'o, who leads that splendid Notre Dame defense. Coach Kelly trying to have his players be emotionally ready to play after the big overtime win a week ago, and Oklahoma coming up next week. And here's Tommy Rees, expected to start at quarterback today after Everett Golson suffered a concussion in last week's win over Stanford. Rees, of course, came on to direct the Irish to the victory. And on a partly cloudy October afternoon at Notre Dame Stadium, here are the Cougars of Brigham Young University. BYU with a record of 4-3. It includes some narrow losses. Their coach is Bronco Mendenhall. Riley Nelson is the quarterback. He's a lefty. He'll be directing the offense for the Cougars today. Now let's go down to the field with Alex Flanagan. She's with Coach Brian Kelly.
So, Coach, you make the decision to start Tommy Rees tonight at quarterback, or today. What went into that decision?
Well, just really the entire week, you know, and I thought Everett made some great progress. He really made his case. He wanted to play today. Just feel like I want to be cautious and make sure that, you know, he's got everything together before we put him in a ball game, because he's got to play fast. And so just my feeling was I think we're in better hands with Tommy today, and Andrew will back him up, so we won't play Everett today at all.
They're two very different quarterbacks. What does Tommy bring this offense?
Well, he just, you know, he's going to get us in the right place. Obviously, he's not a guy that's going to be able to get on the perimeter like him, but, you know, certainly he understands the offense very well and should be able to manage it. And the thing with Tommy is just get us out of the bad plays and we'll be fine. You're
coming off an emotional win. What has the feel been like this week?
And they prepared well. There's no excuses. This group prepared well. They practiced hard. They did all the right things to win this football game today.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
So Everett Golson will not play at all today, Tom, and Tommy Rees with an opportunity to play a full game and show Brian Kelly that some of the mistakes he made last year are behind him.
All right, Alex, and welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, everyone. Tom Hammond and Mike Mayock ready for the Cougars and the Irish. So Tommy Rees gets the start. Yep. He's been the relief pitcher, successfully so, but he hasn't played a whole game since last year, and he was kind of spotty then. What do you think about today's game?
Well, he's been impressive so far, no doubt about it. But remember, he's only thrown the football 25 times. I think the trap for Tommy is trying to do too much. Make your reads, get the football out on time, and most importantly, no turnovers. Because remember, Tom, that's what cost him the job in the first place.
Of course, we've been talking all season long about the Notre Dame defense, and of course, what a goal line stand it was against Stanford to win the game last week. And we say the front seven is as good as anybody in the country. Well, how about narrowing it down a little more? That front three is pretty good.
It really is. And I give Manti Te'o a ton of credit. Stephon Tuitt, Lewis Nix. They deserve everything they get. However, for me, the glue is Capron Lewis-Moore. Kid's gained 75 pounds since he got here 5 years ago. He's earned the rank of being called a captain, and every player and coach I talk to point to that guy for his leadership skills, practice field, meeting rooms, and of course on game day.
Well, on the subject of defense, BYU comes in with a highly rated defense.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful. They didn't play very well last week against Oregon State. Oregon State beat them over the top repeatedly. So the guy I think really has to play well is their outside linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. Now, I love watching this kid on tape because he's so aggressive. 6'3", 235, 11.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks. He's going to be a handful for any Notre Dame tackle.
And the quarterback for the Cougars, Riley Nelson, who's had some good games and some not so good games.
His last 2 starts, Oregon State and Boise, 6 interceptions against only 1 touchdown pass. He's got to play a clean game. By that I mean no turnovers. You've got a great defense. Let them get you into the 4th quarter.
And so the stage is set for the Irish and the Cougars from Notre Dame Stadium.